right from the beginning. So we're going to open our toes, open the heels, take the toes out nice and wide, and we're going to tuck the band in under those toes. And we'll be able to use these to give us some really nice exaggerated shoulder circles working against the band. So we'll turn our palms to the front. We're going to curl up and take the shoulders down the back. And curl, lifting against the band. Curl and down. Curl and down. Well done. Now anchor down into the floor. Pressing down on that band, pressing it down, tightening the legs, tail down, lengthening through the crown. And just going to take one arm in and lower. And all I want you to think about at this stage is keeping that weight equal through the feet. Sometimes it's tempting to think we kind of lean to tuck in that wing, but we're just going to stay even and centered. Pull and pull. Well done. Again, turning the hands to the front. Give me a single bicep curl and lower. Other side single. Again, the rule is just staying centered. Feeling like we can hold a center line with a single pull. Last two singles. And then give me 4 doubles, nice and slow. Tucking up, slowly down. Tucking up, slowly down. 2 more. Tuck, slow. Tuck, slow. And we'll roll those shoulders again. Now you're about to stay where you are. I'm just going to wander sideways so you can see. We're perching on our stool. We have our arms on by our side. We're going to press back. This is working into the triceps. Singles. Long crown to tail. Pulling in through center. Push back with a single arm. Push. 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 And again, give me 4 doubles. Push. 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 Well done. Come up. Stay where you are. We're going to cross those handles over. So you can feel the line that we're going to be pulling in. Again, perching down on your stool. Peek down, make sure the knees are over the toes. We're holding that alignment. We're going to bring our elbows out to the side and then let them follow back to the toes. And left and lower. Pull. Lower. Feel open across the chest and we're working into the muscles in the back. So feel the work into the back. Release. Wide across the front of the chest. And then come up, take a breath. We're going to revisit this, but add in a little bit of rotation. So we're going to perch down again. We're going to pull one, and you can use your hand on the other knee as a rester, and that helps you to then turn and pull the elbow. So we're getting a little bit of breastbone turn to that side. Pull, looking up, and you'll find that hand on knee gives you something to purchase on. Give yourself a little push to get more turn. 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 3, 2, and 1. Well done indeed. Up we come. We're going to hold this out in front. I know it feels very spaghetti-ish. We're just going to have a go as to where your hands need to be placed. Just grab anywhere. And with the other arm, we're going to do our bow and arrow. So we're going to pull back, and then we're going to see, and I'm going to need a bit more length there. So you're going to have to work out. Let's see if it's approximately loose, no stretch on it. Hand to chest. So we're going to pull back and then I want you to open that arm behind you and then release back in. So pull, open. So we're working into the back of the triceps. So I've got about this much space, just wider than the width of my hips, which is loose and spaghetti-like. And it's loose out here because when I pull in, it's this back finish to the bow and arrow. Nothing happening here, a little stretch, open behind. Pull back, open, one more, pull back, open. Let's change sides, so the other hand comes forward. The stretch as I pull back, that little extra elbow is the work. So bent elbow, and then pushed straighter, and that's where we're working into that triceps again. Pull, open, nice. 3 more, pull, open. Reach, pull, open. Last one. Pull, open. Well done. Simply going to place it across the front of the hips. And as we pull back, so again, I haven't changed my hand position with that one. I'm going to pull against those hips, and I'm just going to pull back. I want the front of the chest open, getting some work into triceps and to the back, and release, right? It's a small move, but when you're pressing back, so use your exhale, pull back, and release, and pull, and release, and pull, and release. One more. Pull, and release. Reaching up nice and tall, but what happens? Shoulders set low. All done. We're going to open with one arm and control, like same hands pulling, same hand stays at the top. Down and release. Control on the up. We'll keep that handle under control. One more to this side. Pull and up. Other hand stays strong. Second side. Control on the up. 3, 2, and 1, and up we go, reaching tall. We're going to sway like a tree, pressing both arms out, leaning, bring yourself back through center. Other side, pressing out, leaning, hand back to center. Once more each side, so over and push and reach and lean and pull back in. Center helps to hold you here, reaching and in. Arms down, just roll the shoulders. We want to take that tension out. Good job. We're going to come down onto the floor. We're going to place the loop around the foot. Sometimes it's easier to just come down first. Set up our positioning. Long through back of neck, tuck your shoulder blades underneath, lift and lengthen through the spine, and then you lasso one foot. We hold on to the handles, nice soft grip, no white knuckles required. Just make sure those shoulders are relaxed, resting back onto the floor. Lower that heel down and just bring your attention to positioning for your neutral spine. Okay, so that's the thing that we're going to have to hold while we're focusing on so many other things, having equipment. We'll do a test run. We're going to push the leg out and control it in. So you're just looking at that neutral spine, feeling it staying down, close to the mat. Push and release. Push. We'll add a little extra lift out there, so press long and hold. Little lift and lower, and bring it back in. Again. Push, lift low, and in. Push, lift low. This time, press and hold it out there, hold it. We're going to take the leg all the way to the ceiling, swap the handles across the body, and we grab hold at the top. So we're getting a hamstring stretch here, using the band to help keep this leg up. We're going to point the toe, pull it back. Point, flex. Point, and then toe down. Give yourself a nice push up through the heel. Lovely big stretch into that leg. We're going to keep those handles. If you do have slightly shorter legs, you might feel like you want to hold with a bit more pull on the band in order to get that balance of assistance and stretch. So we're going to take the leg in little circles. Now it can be bent, the leg can be bent and do our circles as well, but it's the hip that's doing circles. Keeping your hips nice and level. So just think about the hip in its socket, and it's just doing a little loop-the-loop in the socket. So I'm holding the band across in my opposite arm. That elbow stays down on the floor, just to keep my shoulder nice and relaxed. And then change direction. So ground the elbow down, that's it, onto the floor. So just keep your shoulder nice and soft. And then we've got that focus, so just holding our pelvis nice and still. Nothing's wobbling. Just the hip in its circle. And once more. Well done. Now we're going to change legs. You've got two choices. You can flick it off and put it on the other. Or you could bring the other leg in. and you swap it over. We separate the handles again, we get ready for our single leg pressing out, nice and long, and in. Press, and push. That's it. Other foot on the ground, Margaret. We're going to press long now. A little lift at the end, and lower, and we push. Little lift, lower. Again, it's just building that test on holding neutral, keeping that back lovely and still. 2 more. Push, and in, and push, and in. We press long, we take the leg up, take the handles across. We hold up on the band to allow that hamstring stretch. We play with point, and flex, point, flex, point. Let's try the toe down, stretching into the back of the leg, breathe. Oh, remember to smile here. Make your hamstring think that this is lovely. Having a nice time. Let it soften. And then we're going to release the top hand. I'm going to rest mine on my center so I can feel what's going on. I'm going to start my circles. So it's the thigh bone is turning circles at that hip joint into the pelvis. So the band gives you support as we reach away and helps to give us control as we come across the top. We resist against and we're supported. Let's change direction and see how you go. Again, trying to keep that level of control firmly down on the mat. The rest of the body isn't moving. Last couple of circles here. And we'll bring that leg in. Well done indeed. Right, so this time I'm going to hold one hand down near the bottom end of those handles, and the other hand I'm going to hold up into the loops. So it gives me a reasonably nice parallel arms. Well done. Again, just check in with where your neutral spine is. We're going to start with just the arms. So I want you to exhale, tucking that rib cage in as we take the reach past the head. And then just inhale back to center. Once again, exhale, reaching away. Inhale to center. Let's add in a leg. Exhale, reaching long through one leg. And opposite side, reach, and in. So we're trying to stretch ourselves as long as we can be, to overlap the mat and challenge, can you keep that neutral spine down? We hunt for more length. Length through the spine, length through the limbs. 2 more at this speed. You know what that means. Let's take a pause here. Breath on. Now you can stick with that pace, so we're going to go 20 a bit faster. So are we ready? Take a breath in, exhale and reach. In, reach, in, reach, in, reach, in. Push, 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 push. Long leg. Long, long, long. Are you breathing? Out as you reach. Push, push. And just like that, final 4 and 3 and 2. Last 1. Very well done indeed. Good job indeed. Now we're just going to pop that band down beside you. That's fine. We're just going to place our hands back on our headlights. We're going to pop one leg up to tabletop. So hands on headlights, checking on what's happening. We're going to open that knee to the side and then bring it back in. Just keeping everything else level, nothing else moving again, it's just this leg. Now if you float your elbows, float your wings, you're going to feel that challenge increase. Can you still keep stable? Can you keep that cup of tea from wobbling? And for our final 5, we take the opposite hand to the ceiling and we open and close. And we can feel how that rib cage connects down through our center. By moving the arm, it helps give us control. Let's try the other side. We'll build up in those layers again. So, leg up at tabletop. The elbows can be down to begin. Just the leg. Open and close with control. Elbows off. A couple more here. And our final ones, opposite arm to ceiling. Exhale, open and close. Well done, and leg down. Good job. We're going to loop our fingers between it. Loop our fingers. Place the head. Hands behind the head. We're going to curl up. So we're going to do a nice little half curl up. Curling, 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 looking down through those legs and lower the upper body back down. Nice support here for our legs. Exhale, curling up, sliding that ribcage down to the abdomen and lower. Just take them up and hold for me. Curl up, sit, hold. We're going to take our line dancing legs. Lift one to tabletop. Lift the other to tabletop. And lower one, and roll it down. Exhale, curl up, sit, and lift. Lift, lower, lower, and roll it down. Halfway, let's go 2 more. Exhale, curl, sit, lift, lift, lower, lower and down. We've got 1 more. Curl, sit and lift, lift, lower, lower and roll it down. Well done. We'll flick that workload from front onto back. We're going to place our hands on the floor. May need to retuck your shoulder blades underneath. Now find your feet. We're coming up into bridging. We'll just do a nice simple bridge to start with. We're going to lift up with a flat back, squeezing your body, but we're going to roll the spine down. Block by block by block. And again, lift, squeezing the glutes and rolling down, down, down. Let's introduce the arms. Same trunk movement. We lift, and as we roll down, we can take the arms past the head, further lengthening that spine, reaching crown to tail, hands back to ceiling. Let's lift and rolling down, reaching away, hands to ceiling. 2 more, lift and rolling down, reaching away, hands to ceiling. Last one, team. Lift and rolling, reaching away, and hands to ceiling. Well done. Bring those knees in. Give yourself a little rumble side to side, wobble, wobble. Now back into imprinted spine. So the back is lying down onto the mat. You're going to use your tummy here. We're going to keep this lovely flattened position. Our legs are at tabletop and our arms are up, and we're going to just drift those arms away first. So to exhale, just letting the arms move. All you've got to do is focus on keeping that back on the mat. That low back is down. Bring those arms back to the ceiling. Let's see if we can drift those knees a little further away. Use your exhale, keeping the spine in contact with the floor. You just go as far as you can. Singles, just arms. And then singles, just legs. Just a little drift, keeping that back in contact. Just arms. Just legs. One more each way, just arms. Just legs. And then curl up into a ball. We're going to look up at these knees, giving ourselves a little curl. We're going to take a hold on one leg and reach the other leg nice and long. Single leg stretch, take the other leg in to have a hug, the other foot presses long. And we switch and switch. One held in firmly, the other one with length pressing away, and switch, and switch, and 4, 3, keep going, 2, and 1, tuck it in for a little hold, breathe. We're going to go back into that single leg stretch. We'll do that one more time. Well done. So we're going to curl it up. We grab hold of one leg. We reach the other leg away. Give me 8 again. Let's go at push. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And curl it back in. We're going to give ourselves a little roller up into sitting. So we're going to curl back through that head forward, little lift of the tail, and up we come. We see if we can hover and hold. We're going to keep that nice rounded back and roll back, but we're up. Hover, hold. One more round. Up, hover, hold. Well done. Stay nice and long through these legs. Key thing here that makes it easier to sit here and not be too rounded in the back is to pull your bottom muscles out the back, creating a little shelf to sit on. And we need to lasso our feet. Now I want to keep a gap between the feet, and that's forcing the outside of our legs to work. So we're going to start by just holding that nice line. Well done. So we're sitting up nice and tall. This will just test whether that length is right for you. Alright, so we're just going to pull back and release. And for me, I can already feel I want to have more of a pull, so I'm going to hold down onto the Theraband a little more. So pull back, I can feel I'm working a little harder between the back, and slow release. Exhale, pulling those elbows in by the side, and release. I want to keep wide open across the front of the chest, width across the front of the shoulders. Exhale, pull, lengthening through the crown. I'm sitting tall. One more here. Pull. And release. Well done. This time, pull. 2 pulses. 1, 2. And release. Pull. 1, 2. And release. Got a gap between the toes still. Working hard to not let these feet just drift it on in. Pull. 1, 2. Give me one more here. Pull. 1, 2, and release. Now we're going to cross over. At this point, you might need slightly more length, so I can either hold slightly further down, or you could be back on handles. You can always adjust. So we're going to do a single pull. So one elbow, pulling at the side, and release. Other elbow, and you'll feel that line of pull is slightly different. Pulling an elbow, pulling the elbow. Then we're going to add a little bit of extra turn. So I'm going to pull a little look, and I'm going to follow my elbow. And release. Pull and follow. Pull. Think about turning that breastbone, turning that chest to the side. 2 more. Pull. Good work. Up into that upper back. Pull. And then give me 4 more centered ones. And release. Pull. And release. Pull. Release. And pull. And release. And I'm going to hold it with both hands. And I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and I'm going to use this to pull me forward and find that hamstring stretch. It's like climbing a mountain. Paddle the knees, allow that stretch. Right, we're going to have a go. You're going to place those, I'm just going to move down so I can see everyone. We're going to plant those feet on the mat, but we've not let go of the TheraBand. Right? I'm holding it in the middle, holding it with both hands, and I'm going to round down. I'm going to try to keep my feet down on the mat, and I'm going to use this band to support me as I roll it back down and lower down. I'm going to have a go at getting back up. We're going to keep the legs in this position. We're going to curl up, and you've got that band to give you a pull, and see if you can bring yourself up. Well done, and again have a go rolling down, block by block, controlling that spine as it rolls back to the floor. And then we have to climb the mountain, curling forward, lift and pull yourself up. Now we're going to change where our feet are. The further your feet are away from you, the easier it is. So if you struggle, slide those feet out, although we still need the toes down. There's a point where your feet are far enough away that the toes are lifted. So you've just got to be within that range. Otherwise, if you did okay there, sneak the feet in a little closer. See how you go here. So we're going to roll it down. We've got 2 more to do. And we still have to get back up. We're going to curl forward. Lift and up. Oh. And one more. Down. Breathe. Exhale. Curl and lift. Well done. We're going to come onto our side. Now if you like, keep that top foot lassoed. Can make it a little easier. Once we're on our side, we're good to go. Well done. Important here to not have a floating hand. You can see any tension comes onto that shoulder and neck, which we really don't want to encourage. So see if you can plant that hand down onto the mat in front of you. If that's a struggle and it just doesn't want to stay there, hold it against that front hip. But my first choice would be down onto that mat. It just softens the shoulders. Let's do a test run. So we're going to press that top leg nice and long. You're pressing it out through the heel. Peek down and only see the tips of your toes. Make sure your heel is back in line with your glutes. And then control the bend. We'll go again. Exhale, push and bend. Push and bend. Push and bend. Push and hold it out there for me. Push and hold. Little lift lower and in. Just like we did on our back. Push, lift lower and in. Push, lift lower and in. Again, push, lift lower and in. This time, push long and then bring that leg forward, pull it back down. And forward, pull. Forward, pull. Forward and pull. Bring the leg forward. You'll feel the stretches gone a little. See if you can take that hand slightly further in front of your belly button. The further forward it is, the more you're going to have to work harder on the pull back. So plant it down out there. Good workout for the arm. Pull back. 2 more here. Pull. And 1 more. Pull. Well done. Release, release. Now it feels really strange initially having a leg without any stretch. So we've got this hand, we're going to come up with a high knee and just get this leg active again against gravity without that support of the band. And away. 2. And 1. And then bringing the knee in front. 1. Push it out. 2. Push it out. 3. Push it out. And 4. We're going long. We're going torpedo. Wriggle out with those legs. Nice, nice long stretch. Yeah, keep pushing those feet right off the bottom of the mat. Toes to me, heels are the longest part. Now centers are on. Glutes engaged. Feel that lengthen through the spine and the shoulder is soft. We're going to open our legs. We're going to close our tongs. Squeeze. Open. Closes. Squeeze. 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 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Hand to ceiling. We're going to do our little wobble back onto the back corner of the hip and then present the hips forward again. Dropping off the hip. Use your tummy to bring yourself onto the side again. We drop back. And bring yourself forward. Drop back. Bring yourself forward. 2 more. Drop back. Bring yourself forward. Drop back. Bring yourself forward. Hand on hip for just a gentle swing. Kick, 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 kick. Holding our balance here. Kick, 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 kick. Kick, 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 kick. We have a friendly but very competitive race. We're going 5 seconds fast. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow it down, but keep the legs moving. Breathe. 1 more race. Are you ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Curl it up. Give yourself a little knuckle rub. And we'll take that top arm to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Expand the ribs. Exhale, turn. And find that length. And with all that work we did with that upright row, you might find, take an extra couple of breaths to relax, to rotate and let things lengthen. So just take your time. Lovely big breath. Last one to the side. And then we're going to flex sides. We're going to lasso that top foot again. So you're welcome to do it while you're up or down. Well done. Lower leg stays bent. Anchor that hand down to the mat. Down. Test run. Give yourself a nice long push through that top leg, pressing through the heel. Make sure you can only see the tips of the toes. And then control it in. Always controlling the band, not letting it ping you back, because that return work is like walking down a hill. You need your hamstrings to control your body so you don't get momentum and end up like a snowball. We're going to push, control it in, push, control. We're going to add the lift. So we're going to press long, little lift, lower, back in. 3 more, push, lift, lower, and in. Push, lift, lower, and push, lift, lower. This time press it long, keep it long. We're going to let it drift in front and then pull it back down. Drift, pull. So you'll feel most of that work is on the return. Pulling back down, forward, pulling back down. One more, forward, pulling back down. Come forward for a rest, and we can change our hand position if we like. It feels easier here, moving the hand forward, but it means there's less work here, more work to pull back and release, and pull and release, and pull and release. Last one, pull and release. Let that band go, but we've got to get this floppy leg working, coming up high and push it out. It feels so strange after releasing the band to find that leg control and come low in front for the last 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Into torpedo. We'll wriggle out our position. We'll prep ourselves to begin with our tongs. Open, close and squeeze. Open, squeeze, open. Hand to ceiling, keep those feet connected. We're just dropping onto that back hip. You've got to use your tummy to bring you forward. We could call this the beached whale. We could call this trying to get out of bed. Bring yourself forward. Drop. Bring yourself forward. Drop. Bring yourself forward. This is a precursor to another exercise that we have got to master this before we do the next part. Last 2, drop, bring it forward, drop, bring it forward, hand on hip, we're swimming to finish. Gentle kick. Well done, long legs. Ready for our friendly but competitive race. 5 seconds fast, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slow it down, breathe, 1 more, go the leg, ready, go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in, curl it in, knuckle rub to the glutes, onto the back of that shoulder. We'll take a hand up, upper body stretch, we'll exhale, just allow that turn, allow to rotate. last one there. Indeed. Up on all fours. Let's smash these push-ups. Well, the wrists are fresh. Alright, any position for your push-ups you like. We can be that nice Pilates push-up with the key focus. Shoulders nice and low, down from the ears. Or you can tip further forward. You can come more into your half push-up, whichever you wish. Sneaky stretch back once you finish your 10. Well done. And let's build on those rocket ships we were doing last week. Now I know it feels awkward here to tuck your toes under, but just rise slightly. To tuck the toes, you'll find you can reach your hands slightly further forward, and we focus on our hip position. The hips come forward, we push up on those toes and we rocket long. And then we lower the knees and we shift and reach back. Hips come forward and push on those toes. Lower and reach back. Forward and push. Lower and back. This time we're going to do that knee pull-in at the top. So we drift and we push and hold. See if we can bring a knee in, tuck it back. Other knee in, tuck it back. Knees and reach. One more of those. Well done. Shifting and strong push. Knee and lower and reach. Well done. Should we try our foot placement one? We take the foot wider and wider and in and in. At the top. Far too easy to do it here. Are we ready? Let's shift and push, hold. Take a toe a little wider. Another toe a little wider. So we bring one toe in. Other toe in, lower the knees and back. Give me one more. Shift and rocket, toe wider and wider and in, lower and reach back. Well done. Bring yourself up onto all fours again. In fact, we can come on elbows. It may help all our wrists, but it also increases that nice work into the shoulders that the Theraband's done today. So pressing down and giving me a nice strong triangle. This way. We're going to keep the leg bent again to start. So I'm going to push up with the bent leg. Then we're going to reach it straight long, bend it, and in placing it in. On the side, push, long, bend, and in. Repeating that. Push, long, bend, and in. Push, long, bend, and in. Last one each side. Push, keeping the strong triangle. And that last one. Push, long, bend, and in. Up on the hands. Opposites reach. One hand, one leg. Hold and extend for me. Can we drift back a little bit? And then reshape. We're going to tuck in, reach out again, same limbs, drift back. And straighten. Tuck in. Last one out long, drift back. And in. Tuck in and long, and then we'll change sides. Ooh, well done. Reaching long, drifting back. And center again. Tuck and long again, drifting back. And in. Under. Long, drifting back, and in, under. Last one, drifting, and out, and long. Well done indeed. How are we doing? Can we do a side reach? It's always nice to do a little side balancing before we come up onto our standing. So we'll do our elbow one. We're going to dip an elbow and up, dip, and up. This time we go all the way. Dip an elbow down, reaching the opposite leg. Now get that leg straight for me. Commit to it, reach it. See if we can get off these fingers. Onto the tippy toe. And can we take the hand to ceiling? So we're up into this side. We feel very narrow in our base. So we've got to reach through our limbs. Coming in for that soft landing. Well done. We come down an elbow. We extend the leg. Reach and hold. Once you're ready, up onto the fingers to prep, and we can take that hand to ceiling. Extending through the limbs. And in for that soft landing. Let's go one more each side. Elbow and foot, long reach, up. Extend, extend, extend. And in for the soft landing. Once more. Last one. Down, reach. Extend and up. And in. Soft landing. Tuck your toes under. Just bring yourself back onto the feet. We're going to walk forward and come back in again. It's going to be 4 hand walks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring it back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go out again. 1, 2, level it out. 3 and 4, back in. 1, 2, we'll roll ourselves up to standing now. Tail down. Stack the blocks. 5 block. Shoulders down and breathe. We're going to do one more roll down to walk out. Ready? Head down, rolling down. Stretching through the back. Whee. And we're walking out. Nice and low in the hips. We're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring it back in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rolling up. Last time. Tail down. Nice and tall through the crown. And breathe. Back around on all fours. Well done. Balance challenge again. Our hands are in front. Check the alignment of the knees. I'm going to push back. Catch a balance. Wide chest. Find the glutes. And lump. And push. And lower. 2 more. Push. And lump. And push. And soften. Well done. Soft knees. We're going to bounce up onto our toes. Let's catch our balance up there. Ready? Swoosh. Lock it in. Shoulders. Center glutes. Tick, tick, tick off the list. Again. Swoop. Lock it in. Lock it in. And lower. 2 more. 2 more. Lift. Lock it in. Lock it in. And again. And up. Lock it in. Lock it in. Well done. Arms are up. Give yourself that big scrunch in those wrists. Just releasing after holding the band. Movement of the ribs. Having loosened up that spine. Should feel a lot easier now. And then we'll take the arms down the back. Let's do one more of those. We lift. Hands, hands, hands. Ribs, ribs, ribs. And then down to the back. Little shoulder roll. And round. And lower. And roll. And lower. Well done. Well done. The band's quite fun, isn't it? Just makes things different again, but really nice workout for the upper body to get those triceps and bicep work playing.